What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to Challenge Boy Jared. Y'all, today we're looking at a video from Yusuf. And I just want you guys to look at this
Hey,
and
how?
use this as a cautionary tale. This woman has 9 cars that she rents out on Turo. She has 91K upside down and she wants to sell all of them. And this is going to be a 2-for-1 special, but look at this shit right here.
How are you? This user of Legacy Motor Cars of Estelle.
Yes.
Um,
Hi.
Hey, so I'm calling about your 9 vehicles that you're trying to get rid of. You have a 2023 Ford Bronco, 2023 Kia Forte, 2023 Kia Soul, 2023 Kia Forte, 2022 Ford Mustang, 2018 Mercedes C300, 2022 Black Honda Accord, 2022 Honda Accord Sport. Woo, that's a lot of cars. So tell me what you got going on.
Yeah. Well, I had purchased these cars a year ago, 2023.
So she purchased all 9 of those cars in 2023 instead of paying one off. She bought all those cars and didn't have a plan. Wow.
And I put it on Turo. I'm here in California. After 3 months, I was like, this is not for me. So I shipped my vehicle.
It's not for you because you're the one that... It's not for you because you bought the cars and you thought you was going to start turning a profit that fast. Not everybody is renting cars on Turo. Unless you have a certain type of car or a truck or something, people are not renting on Turo.
To some is here in California and some is in Jacksonville. And, you know, the guy who's managing my vehicles, he's doing a good job, but I don't want to deal with the headache. You know, so I just want to get out of them. I wanted someone who wants to either take over the payments, buy them out for the remaining amount that's owed. And so I reached out to you to see, you know, how you can help me and so that's where I'm at.
Got you. Oh, so you're looking for advice. Okay. So typically for the advice, I direct people to the link in my bio where they book a time with me and I can consult with them anything related with their vehicle, whether they're in a bad situation, whether they got negative equity, whether they're trying to negotiate a car. But since we're on the phone, it's all good. So vehicles are still being rented or they're not being rented?
They are rented. Okay. Some of them, you know, I don't know because I'm not in Florida. The one that's here in California is not rented. The Soul, I may have a deal on that, but until I see it in my hand, the money, you understand.
Yeah. Say you have about, what, $8,000 a month on all these cars, right, that you spend with insurance and everything?
That is exactly the budget that I set.
Okay. And I appreciate all of the information that you sent. Break it down line item by line item, right? So the 2023 Ford Bronco, you owe about $40,000. That's 30,000 miles. The 2023 Kia.
I'm sorry, it's 37,000. And just to tell you, it may be off because the cars is in different places, but he did send me the video. It's 37,000 miles on the Bronco.
Okay, 37,000 miles on the Bronco. The 2023 Kia Forte, you owe about 22,000. Has 40,000 miles. The Kia Soul, you said it may be sold, but not yet. 26 plus. The other Kia Forte has 13,000 miles. You owe about 22. The 2022 white Ford Mustang has about 40,000 miles, right? You owe about $32,000 on that one. The 2018 Mercedes C300 has about 67,000 miles. You owe $30,000 on that one. The 2020 black Honda Accord, you owe about 26,000 miles. In the 2022 Honda Accord Sport, you have about 40,000 miles and you owe $35,000 on that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you make good money when you rented these out or not really?
To be honest with you, I broke even enough to pay the car payment, okay. But
so she's saying that she broke even enough to pay the car payments on all of their cars. So basically, she made around $8,000 a month from Turo, and it all went towards her cars. So she didn't come with an actual plan. She thought, okay, if I buy multiple cars, rent them out, I'll make enough to where I can subsidize my income while also paying the car payments. She didn't think it all the way through. Cause for me, I actually wanted to do Turo one time. I actually wanted to buy like one or two cars, rent them out. When I got the cars back, detail them, send them on back on the road. That's what I was planning on doing. But then I started like hearing stuff about Turo and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, fuck that. But she has 9 cars paying 8,000 a month. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm splitting my commission with the person that's running the business. So
Total, with all the vehicles that you have rented out right now, to get out of all of them, you're about $91,000 in negative equity for the vehicles that you have. Let's say you were to sell it wholesale. What do you have comfortably to put down? Do you have any money at all, or?
you mean get rid of all of them at one time?
Yes, ma'am.
I got $20K. If I can get rid of all of them vehicles, I give up $20,000. I take a loss.
All right, $20,000. So to be honest with you, that is not realistic. Well, if you're breaking even on each vehicle, keep renting them out. You would just have to kind of play one by one, or if you wanted all of them done, unfortunately, $20K would not make it up. You would have to have $91,000 to get out of all of them.
Right.
Okay, so you spend $8,000 a month for these vehicles that you rent out on Turo, and you have $91,000 of negative equity. Unfortunately, the situation is you're going to be spending $16,000 a month to pay the principal down as quick as possible.
And I was thinking of one more thing. Well, I did it with my Camry. One of my family members, a nurse, she took over the car payment.
See, taking over car payments is a little tricky because it's you in your name and somebody else is taking it, so they can not pay the payment, and then so it's just if you're willing to risk that, I mean, for sure, I'm sure somebody.
I don't want to risk it, but the person got to be vetted out real good on both.
Yeah, she about to shoot herself in the fucking foot. Cause I'm looking at Turo right now, and it's saying on here, if you have an average annual income of 9 cars, it's $97,814 a year. That's renting out to Turo. Now, for me, let's just say I ever wanted to do Turo, I will buy a couple of cheaper cars, like I wouldn't get nothing expensive. I would get some used stuff that's got some miles on it that's cheap. I would rent it out. In my particular case, it would probably be more pickup trucks. Because a lot of people nowadays, they want pickup trucks for certain things, but they can't afford a pickup truck payment. I was thinking about maybe one of these days doing that, but you really gotta think about it before you actually do it. And I thought about it. I didn't say I was gonna do it, but it's just a thought process. But let's go on. Let's go ahead and finish this video out.
Things I just don't want to do it because of the insurance. My name got to still go on their insurance.
Yep, your name has.
So I'm trying to think of the best.
Right now, there's not really much I can do. I know you said you have 3 businesses. I know you're a busy person. Tackle one by one. Like I said, I'll buy a couple of them from you, but to get rid of all of them, you're going to need $90,000 to get out of them, all of them.
Okay, I understand.
And if you want to go forward, we'll make it happen, and I can help you negotiate into a lease to maybe absorb 3 cars at a time. You still have high payments, but think about it. Let me know. You're saying you bought this 2016.
Yeah. At least he's trying to give her an actual. Solution, and I can say that because if I did Turo and I was in her same position, I wouldn't know what to do. But for me, it's more a fact of this. I wouldn't have my cars in multiple different locations. I wouldn't be in California and I have several cars in fucking Florida. That's Jacksonville, Florida? Nah, you sound crazy. I would have all my cars in one location. Or I would spread them out to the surrounding area. I would probably have like a 100 to 200 mile radius. That'd be my setup. I would have a hundred to 200 mile radius. That way, if I gotta actually go get my cars, I will have a tow truck, and I will actually pick up my cars. If the customer has a problem with the car or they refuse to give me the car back, I get a tow truck, go get my shit, and bring it back and do maintenance. That'd be me. But this is insane. Let's look at this. Bought a 2016 Buick Encore for $35K. 500 credit score, 19.8% interest rate. Look at this.
16 Buick Encore for $35,000 4 years ago.
Yes, I believe so.
So
yes.
Oh, hey, how are you? This is Yusuf, the car dealer from TikTok.
Oh yes, hi.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing good. So you have a 2016 Buick Encore. You still owe $15,000 on it. Just broke down. You have a credit score of 525. So I know you sent me a lot. Just tell me what's going on.
Yeah. So basically, I've had this car for 4 years now, and I still owe $15,000. And it just recently broke down Thursday. I tried to I tried to take it back to the dealer and see if I could trade it in. They told me it has too much negative equity. That's how I found out. And then first I went to my credit union and tried to see if I approved for auto loan, and that's when they told me my credit score was 525. I needed like 640. So I went to the dealership. They told me I had too much negative equity. They couldn't transfer or roll it over to a new loan. And so
so if you still owe $15,000, I'm trying to figure out how you got there. So tell me how you got only $15,000 on a 10-year-old car.
Right. So basically, because I went on 2 separate occasions to the dealership. When I took my car and they traded it in, and basically, I guess I bought it for like $35,000-$40,000, not knowing what I put myself into. So when I went in,
you bought it for $35,000 or you bought it for $40,000?
It was around like 35. I think 35,000. I believe when I initially got the car. And so the salesman, when I went this weekend, basically told me, well, your car was overpriced and you bought it at the worst time because the prices were increased because it was during the pandemic. So
you roll over negative equity.
So she bought a car during the pandemic when they was telling basically everybody to sell your car. They was talking and the reason why is because of the shortage. There was a shortage in the auto market because there was no new cars really being produced, and dealerships was paying over what they should have been paying for used cars to get inventory on their lots, and they was charging out of the ass for cars that were in decent condition. Ask me how I know. Like I've told y'all before, there's some shit that I put myself into that I'm trying to pay my shit off now. So just know.
I feel like that is very overpriced for the vehicle. That Encore for $35,000. What was your interest rate and how much was your payment?
It was it was 19.8 or like it was high because my credit score at that time was 579. They told me.
And how much was your payment on this?
526 every month.
How many months?
Don't know.
Okay.
So she was paying $526 a month for a 2016 Buick Enclave with, I'm going to assume, 40,000 miles.
$526 a month at 19% seems a little bit low. That's why I'm asking. I don't think that adds up. So maybe are you looking at $35,000? What it would be the full finance charge of the vehicle, meaning the purchase price plus the interest is what it would be at the end, or you bought it for $35,000?
I think that was towards the end.
Right. So what was the purchase price of the vehicle?
It was in the 20s. So, and then after they added all the warranties and before you sign, they give you the warranty and all that stuff. The price on the car was like 27,000. The sticker that was on the car. And then after I did all the signing, because after I bought it, they were having trouble finding me a lender. So I was driving around in the car for like a month before I got a lender. So they kept having me come back to the dealership to sign different contracts, and that happened for a month. And so
For whoever can say yes, it's just a bad idea.
it was in the night. It was $26
a month.
I accidentally skipped it. I was trying to pause it, but let's get back to that point.
Plus the interest is what it would be at the end, or you bought it for $35,000.
I think that was towards the end.
Right. So what was the purchase price of the vehicle?
It was in the 20s. So, and then after they added all the warranties and
So the car was originally $20-something thousand, and then they added all these different warranties and shit, and it increased it up to $35K. So all of these warranties you had on your car, and your car broke down, and none of those warranties covered that. What the fuck kind of warranty did you buy? Did you buy from a janky ass car lot? Because there's some car salesman that's gonna sell you some shit that'll break down on you in the next few years because they can. And with this being a woman, she don't know that a lot of these different auto dealerships, they will screw you just so they can get a paycheck. Ma'am, oh my God. What?
before you sign, they give you the warranty and all that stuff. The price on the car was like 27,000. The sticker that was on the car. And then after I did all the signing, because after I bought it, they were having trouble finding me a lender. So I was driving around in the car for like a month before I got a lender. So they kept having me come back to the dealership to sign different contracts, and that happened for.
They had you kept coming back to the dealership to sign a couple of contracts. That tells me that you should have took that car back and not dealt with them. Because if they already had you sign some information, sign some documentation, putting the car into your name, and then they kept having you come back over and over and over again, ma'am, that should have been a red flag.
For a month. And so they start changing the numbers to get me approved, and I eventually got approved through Santander.
You had a 579 credit score, so it'd be very difficult to get you situated, and the dealership should have had that, finalized before they gave you the vehicle. Bottom line, I mean, look, you have a 525 credit score right now, and you want to get into a new vehicle because the Buick broke down. Do you have any money down?
I will be able to do 1,000, and that's what I told one dealership. But my block is them telling me I can't roll over the negative equity. So I'm just trying to figure out what can I do.
I mean, look, I'm going to be honest with you. This is brutally honest. There's nothing you can do. If you still owe $15,000 on the vehicle, which I just want you to verify that, because again, if you bought it for 27, it's been 4 years at 19% at 574. Just something doesn't add up. I'm not saying you are telling me misinformation. This is why it's important whenever you do buy a vehicle is to really understand what the purchase price is, what the interest rate or finance charge would be, and what the total price would be. That buy here, pay here will be.
I'm going to tell you this right now, ladies. If any of you go out to buy a car, for future reference, if you go out and buy a car, make sure you take your husband, your boyfriend, your friend, your father, your damn cousin, your brother. Because y'all ladies get wrapped up into situations like this, not knowing, admittedly, y'all don't know, because they'll try to throw some numbers around, and a lot of y'all just like, as long as I can get in the car, I'll be fine. But a lot of y'all sign these damn contracts and get into different situations like this, and it's not the best situation. That dealership intentionally screwed this woman. And boy, oh boy, I would have been pissed if I was her husband.
An equivalent to you getting a high interest auto loan with a bank. So, I mean, there's really nothing that you can do. I mean, I know you said one dealer told you let it get repoed. I mean, that's what you should do, especially if the vehicle's broke. Or if you have the 1,000, what's going on with the vehicle? Why is it broke down?
One mechanic told me it was the catalyst, or I don't know the exact word, but
The catalytic converter.
Yeah, and then he said it's under the hood. So he said that the part itself is not that expensive, but it's going to be the labor.
So catalytic converter, if it's clogged or backed up, it's going to cause the engine to have a lot extensive amount of back pressure, which will cause a no start. That sounds about right. But it could also, I don't see, this is the thing. I don't know because I don't have a car in front of me to figure it out.
That's going to be around like $3,000. So
That's some bullshit.
So what I would do is there you can buy something called Cat Clean. You can buy it at AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts, or you can even get somebody to clean your cats out for you at way less than that. I mean, $3,000 sounds like he's changing out the actual converters, but there's ways right now you can use that $1,000 down payment and fix your current car and use it until you kind of figure something out. Because even if you could get into a new car, I'm just being honest with you, you shouldn't get into a new car because you're going to affect you in a bad way than a good way. So I would take $1,000 and just fix the car. If it's just catalytic converters, there's ways to clean it. There's ways to get around it. And wait till you're in a better credit position and a financial position to get a better car at a better interest rate.
Well, what credits, like being in the 640s, would that help me? Or
At a credit union for sure, but to lease you're going to need at least a 680 credit score. So you're going to have to wait 2 or 3 years to for a lot of these inquiries to fall off, your late payments to like not affect you as much, and you're going to have to continue or start having good financial habits when it comes to your credit to build up to a 680 or 700, and it may take you a couple of years.
Okay.
I know that's right because hell, mine's going up too, and I'm starting to get a lot of damn notifications from banks saying, well, you can open up this credit card, you can open up this, and I'm looking like, nah, bruh. Already got two right now. I'm paying on, and I'm happy with those two. I got Capital One. I'm happy with those two. But ladies, if y'all are out there in search of a car, do yourself a favor and please, for the love of Mike, have somebody go with you that actually that has a good financial literacy when it comes to dealerships. Because I'm telling you, these dealerships will fuck you over real quick, and they don't care. But anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast, support. I will catch you guys later. If you guys actually want to go over to the merch store, please do. I have a 10% discount going on right now, and an additional 15% discount coming soon. But anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.